Deer hunting was terrible again. So this week on TPS Outdoors, we're going to show you the gear we used to go goose hunting with. Stay with us. Alright, since the deer hunting has been terrible, I saw 2 spikes yesterday, and that is the only deer I've seen in person, and not on my trail cam, in 2 weeks. So, now I didn't see them until the last 15 minutes of daylight last night, so deer hunting's been pretty terrible. But the weather's getting ready to change to cold, so hopefully I get to go out next week. I work Friday, Saturday, so I won't be able to go this weekend, but hopefully one morning next week. So here are the 2 spikes that I saw yesterday. Alright, now that you've seen all the deer action that we've seen in the past 2 weeks, I'm going to start going over my gear that I use. This video will be geared towards new waterfowl hunters, because if you've been doing this for a while, you probably already have all of this stuff. But sometimes it's just nice to see what other people are running. So, first thing up is my Stoeger M3000. It's got a 28-inch barrel on it. It shoots 3-inch shotgun shells. It's a 12 gauge. It comes in Realtree Max 5. That's what this one is. It comes in black, but I prefer the camo because we hunt out of lay-down blinds, and I lay my gun next to the blind. It's been a really good gun for me. This is the 3rd season for it coming up. The only thing I can tell you about it is when you first buy it, you need to clean it really well. This thing comes dripping with grease. I've never seen a gun come so greased up, but it comes dripping in grease. It's after you clean it up, it works really well. Just so you know, if you have it right after you buy it and you have your gun is not cycling, it'll eject the first shell but will not cycle the second shell into the gun. You need to clean it more. Just plain and simple. We learned that lesson with my dad's gun because he runs the same one, and after I got mine, I cleaned it. I've never had a minute's problem with it. So this is an inertia gun, so it's not going to be like a older style or one of them guns that you can hold off your shoulder and go boom boom boom. You have to hold this gun pretty tight to your shoulder for it to work. It's just the nature of the beast. That's why the price is so good on them. You can buy this gun right now for $549.99 at Cabela's. So, when I bought this gun, they run some sales. I paid just a little over $600 for it, but I got more than just the gun for that. It was a package deal that they were running. It came with a paracord, a sling, which would be nice if you're hunting the marsh. It came with an extended ejector handle that goes in the bolt. I will show pictures of each one of these, and 2 extended choke tubes, one for mid-range, one for extended range. And the choke tubes are really nice, so it was worth the extra money in my opinion. But again, $549, you can buy just the gun this way, and it's even cheaper if you buy it in flat black. The ammunition that we run through it, that runs through it the best, I should say, is Winchester Dry Lock 3-inch BBs is what we use to shoot geese. Man, it runs through there flawlessly. And what I mean by it working good is it shoots a really good pattern out of this gun. We switched to blindside a couple years ago, and we were wondering why that we weren't hitting any geese. Well, we went and patterned them, and they were shooting big patterns or big holes in the patterns. Then that explained that, and the Dry Lock shoots a really good pattern right out of this gun. So that's my recommendation for the ammunition you want to use out of this. So again, that is Winchester Dry Lock BBs, 3-inch. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This gun is just the right weight. It's not too heavy, it's not too light. Shoulders really well. I use it to shoot trap with, and I tell you what, my trap score is going up since I used it. I used to use a Benelli Nova, and no offense, Benelli, but I think you should go back to the drawing board with that one. I'm not a big fan. But I know Benelli makes Stoger, but this gun is way better than that one, and I'm sure on up. So moving on to the next one is my Goose calls here. The lanyard I weaved. This is a couple generations of lanyard ago. Back then I was still using, the clips to hold it together. I thought it would have been a nice idea, but I don't know. I changed my mind. I've started to weave it all as one loop, and the drops are no longer tied onto the loop like this. They are actually woven into the paracord lanyard itself. So check that out. I sell them around this time of year on eBay. I'll have a link up on my website to where you can go check those out. I'm getting ready to relist a bunch of them and list some new ones. So first call up is my main call. It is a zinc moneymaker in lime green. I think it's a cool looking call. That's one of the reasons I bought it. But it is the easiest call to blow, man. Really, when you goose hunting, the only thing that you have to do is honk to get their attention. You don't have. As a matter of fact, we've discovered the less you call, the better it is. And we're pretty decent callers, I think. But this call works really good. Then I got a Power Maximus. I bought it on eBay. It came with one of them instructional DVDs. I paid like $30 for it. For as cheap a call it is, sounds great. Took me a while to get it tuned, but it sounds really good. And these other two are duck calls. This one is the original style of Duck Commander duck call. It sounds really good. And then this one I got when I re-upped one year for Ducks Unlimited. It sounds good too. I don't really use it, but you can pay $150 to $200 for your calls. My dad runs a couple of the cheaper Shawn Mans, and then he's got a Eastern Shoreman that my mom and I bought for him a long time ago. It's made out of tiger wood maple, I believe, and that thing sounds awesome. So it's all personal preference. To each their own. Whatever you like to blow is what you're going to want to get. You're going to have to buy a couple of them. Buy the cheaper ones so you can figure out what kind you like. If you take your kids hunting, this is definitely something you're going to want to invest in. I'm not sure of the brand of this. It's a Champion. But I just bought these at Walmart this year because my daughter absolutely despises loud noises, and I take her goose hunting, but I wanted the bird to be able to hear things. So these are electronic earmuffs. I paid $24 for them, and I used them for the first time the other day, sighting in my muzzleloader for early muzzleloader season here in Maryland, and these things work great. I used it all but one time while I was sighting in my muzzleloader, and nothing. It sounded great. You know, I could hear everything that was going on, but no boom. I did it one time without these. I was wishing I hadn't. My ear rang for like 2 days. So, alright, so moving on to the camouflage that I wear. I use a 3-in-1 Cabela's parka. Here's the inner liner. It's insulated. You can also wear it as a jacket, which is nice, because then you're not always locked into having to wear all of it. A lot of the times I go without the inner liner because I like the outer liner because of the shell holders and it has in the front of it. It's very comfortable. I hardly ever wear the hood that comes with it, and I also have the bibs that go with that jacket. They don't make this anymore, but I believe that the equivalent to this would be their new dry foul, which you can buy right now for about $300 a set. Now, I gotta be honest with you, this past winter, I ripped the inner waterproof lining in the bibs, running down one of my legs. My legs got wet. It was a very miserable day, but I'm not going to complain. I got 10 years out of them, and I probably did some dumb things in them. I'm going to buy the latest set. I think they're $150 of bibs. I'm not going to buy a new jacket because why? It works just fine. The boots that I wear are muck boots. I hated these things when I first got them, but it's because I didn't know all about wearing them. My dad's been wearing them to work and in hunting for a long time, probably 4 or 5 years, if not longer. If basically when they came out. The trick to wearing a muck boot is wearing a heavy sock inside of it. It keeps your foot from sliding around because they recommend you buy this a size bigger than you actually wear. And it also helps wick the sweat away from your foot and keeps your foot from getting cold. After that, these become the warmest boots you could ever want. And this is not even the heavy grade warm boot. There's a wetland boot that's warmer and an Arctic boot that's warmer than this. And I love them. I mean, you're waterproof from here to here, and you just can't beat it. I tuck my jeans down in there, and my jeans are never wet. When I wore leather boots, the bottom of my pants were always wet from, you know, the dew or walking through water, whatever. I wear these deer hunting and goose hunting. Greatest boots that they make for hunting. I wear 2 different kinds of gloves. As long as I can take it, no matter how cold it is, I will wear these thin gloves because I like to feel my gun when I'm shooting, and they're really comfortable. I just try to keep my hands in my pockets as long as I can, and I feel like I can shoot better in these, and it's just nice to wear a thin pair of gloves. Not everybody feels that way, but I would say, you know, most people I know, thinner the glove, the better. For when it's really cold and I can't take it anymore, I wear these gloves that have the fingers cut off in them with a mitten that goes over it. These are by Hot Shot. They got a magnet and a mitten, you know, to hold the mitten back when it's not in use. Great gloves. Not my favorite to shoot out of because my hand feels like it slides around in the glove with the gun in it. It is what it is. I wear these when I can't take it no more with them. A bag. You gotta have a bag to carry your junk into the field with. I use an old field line bag, the old Walmart bag. Been using this thing. Started off using it deer hunting probably 15 years ago, and I switched it over to goose hunting. It still works great. Still holds things. But you know, $20. That bag has lasted me 15 years. So, and just some different odds and ends. If we're in a place where we're calling a lot, I will use this because I don't care what you say, call does not sound good blown into a gloved hand. And so I use this. I just keep my hands in here and then pull my hands out to use the call. This is really warm, believe it or not, and it's a nice place to hook extra shells. If if we're going to be doing a lot of shooting that day, excuse me, I will take this anyway because I'll just put shells in it. I won't use it as a glove holder. I'll have gloves on, but really convenient to have one of these. We use Power Hunter lay down blinds. They are the blind that the lids flip over your head this way. We use them because they are extremely low profile. I'll show you a picture of what they look like if you've never seen one. They're low profile and they're really easy to hunt out of. You can see out of it extremely well. It's nice for lay down hunting. I will caution you, lay down hunting is not the most comfortable thing to do, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. That's what you got to do to get in the decoys to get the geese, and that's what you got to do. So I always take, or Dad has always taken a pad to put under his butt. It makes the ground a lot easier to lay on. I'm going to do that this year because I recently bought one for turkey hunting, so I'm going to take it with me goose hunting. And I'll just go over some of the other stuff that we use. We use Bigfoot full body decoys. For the full bodies, we have some green head shells that we like to use. We actually took a tennis ball, put it on a stake, and drilled a hole in the back of the shell. We'll set the shells on top of that, and it's kind of like a homemade movement decoy. Those things look really good when the breeze is going. When goose season happens, I'll show you what those look like, and I'll link it in this video. Silhouettes, we make our own silhouettes out of hardboard. You can check that video out. It's in the decoys making playlist, and I'll link it down in the description below. And that's all there is to it, man. If you're going out goose season or goose hunting for the first time this season, wish you good luck and happy hunting. So I'm not sure what we're getting into next week. Like I said last week, deer hunting has sucked, to put it mildly, but the temperatures are supposed to go down, so I'm hoping that the deer will start moving in the daylight, because this has sucked big time. And I'm not the only one. I've noticed on Twitter and Facebook that a lot of people are saying the same thing. So till next time, please like this video, subscribe it, and share it, and share our YouTube channel. Check us out on teampointshoot.com. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/teampointshoot, and we're on Twitter at TPS Outdoors. I appreciate your time, appreciate your views. I hope this little gear review helped you out if you're looking to buy anything new, or whether you're just starting out for the first time. So if you have any questions, comments, just leave them down in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And thank you very much. We'll see you next time.